Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Josiah, and I am an addict.
Hey, what's up? My name is JC. I'm an addict.
And we are coming to you tonight with our reflections for the daily meditations with Native American elders. Um, but before we start, I'm going to offer up a prayer. And I ask Mr. Beaumont here to offer up a prayer.
Give me some of your digital smudge. Right. Oh. Bought dear. Oh. Give thanks and praise to you for all things. Thank you for letting us have this day. Thank you for letting us have this platform. Thank you for all the people who are watching. Lord, we ask you please to watch out for all those who are suffering from the disease of addiction who are out there right now. Please, Lord, let them find their way towards us, towards somebody who can help them find a better way. And pray for all the people who are hurting and suffering from COVID, all those that have passed away there in our hearts and our prayers, and all their surviving family members, all those who are sick. Please watch over all of us, come into our hearts and into our minds and help us speak good words. Aho.
Who? So we're going to jump right into the reading here. Summer Meditations with Native American Elders, September 12th. If you get troubled, go and sit by the river. The flowing water will take your troubles away. Joe Coyas, Stockbridge, Muncie. Sometimes we get mixed up and we don't know what to do. Go to the river or creek, take your sage and tobacco, sit and be still. Talk to the water, offer tobacco, and the healing water will take away your problems downstream. Give thanks. Great Spirit, heal my mind today. Let me see love. Who? So still Josiah, still addict, and what what was really coming through, what was kind of a theme, I guess this week was like new solutions. Um, so like for me, when I was in my addiction, like I kept doing the same thing. I kept handling stuff the same way. I kept being very reactive. I kept going off of my emotions. And what that looked like for me was like, I got hurt or I felt fear or I felt irritated or disgusted and boom, I got mad, like boom, quick, real quick. And then I acted on that anger, and the more I reacted on that anger, um, the angrier I got. And so today, when now that I'm in recovery, now that I'm in walking the red road, I'm called to respond. So to respond for me is finding new solutions, like utilizing Mother Nature. Um, if you heard my story before, I like when I'm faced with something difficult, I'll go outside, even just into my front yard or my backyard. I'll take my socks and shoes off and I'll just stand there and I'll feel Mother Earth and I'll pray and I'll stand there and I'll wait, or I'll sit down, and I'll just wait till you know the fog of all that anger or whatever is going on kind of clears, kind of settles, the dust settles, and then something hits me like, oh, okay, this is what I should do, and then I move forward. So I've done that multiple times in these 5 years that I've been walking the red road. So today's reading was talking about going down to the river, and that's something that I haven't done. Like just sat there and by the river and been quiet, and that's something I need to do. That's something I want to do. Growing up, I was just talking with my wife today about when growing up. I was in Arrow Creek like every day, and during the summertime, me and my little buddies, we're up and down Arrow Creek mud ball fights or playing army, down by the creek and swimming, all day, every day. And so I really, I feel like I feel that connection with water. You know, water, we're made 70% of our bodies are water. And there's that whole movement a few years back, about 4 or 5 years ago, the whole water is life movement, and you know, utilizing the water to help us respond to circumstances and situations, you know, really just grounding yourself, doing some modulated breathing so that you can respond, because our old way of handling things never worked out. And that's the way I see it for me. All the way I handled my relationships, the way I handled my jobs, when I was in my addiction prior to walking the red road, never worked out. I just got myself all hyped up, all angry, cussing, blaming, pointing the finger. But today, I know that I can respond. Today, I take responsibility for my actions and my words. And with that, you know, I choose my words carefully. And I look to respond. Sometimes, a lot of times for me, responding is not saying nothing, keeping my mouth closed, because my tongue, you know, can tear people down, and I've done it a lot before, in my addiction and stuff. So today, I don't want to do those kind of things because our words are sacred, and I want to respond. I want to build people up. I don't want to tear people down. So responding, finding new solutions is what was hitting me today. And I'll quit rambling and I'll pass the mic. Thanks for listening. Aho.
Oh, JC, still an addict. Yeah, that was all good stuff. I like that. And for me, at first I thought, you know, I mean, it didn't seem like there was much to go on, but the more I thought about it, the more I kind of meditated on it, and you know, all these things started coming along. And I thought of like how you said was to go out there and, you know, connect with nature, and how you take your shoes off and you feel the earth on your feet, or you can reach down and, you know, uh, put your hands in the dirt. They say like things like gardening and working the soil, that's really good for you because you're down there and you have the earth in your hands. And there's power in that. There's power in nature and everything that we do, because it there's a connection. There's a connection between us and the earth, the water, trees, animals. We're all connected. Native people have known that for since time immemorial. And to connect yourself with that, you know, it's an amazing thing. And I understand how it could be said that if you tell the water something, then it'll take it away. Water keeps moving, and everybody's heard that phrase, you know, water under the bridge. And what does that mean? Well, you know what? It's already been under, it's already gone. So I can truly understand that. And I myself too, we just must be just be, you know, something Indian kids like to do is, you know, go jump in the water. And I have not been in a river in years, and I can't believe that. Just something to think about, because we always used to enjoy it like we were fish. Sometimes we'd take fish out of the water, sometimes we'd jump in with them. So I can truly understand that. And sometimes it's hard, especially in a rural setting, you know, or not a rural setting, a urban setting, excuse me, urban setting, being here in the city, because everything is hard, everything is concrete, everything is steel, everything is man-made. And at first it seemed like it was difficult for me to kind of commune with, you know, nature, and try to find that quiet spot to where I could really truly connect. But there are places you can go around Billings. I mean, we could go down to the river down here too, I guess. I mean, there's nothing stopping us. Up on the rims, I don't know, some of you guys may or may not be familiar with Billings, but you can go up on the rims. There's trails up there. When it was pretty warm, I was going up in there in the evenings and just sitting there, just kicking back, and I take my water, and really didn't walk so much as I just find a quiet spot to sit and just look out over the city. I'd stare out at the Pryor Mountains and just, you know, let things go, I guess, in a way, kind of meditate on it and let things go, roll things up in my mind. But, and it's a big difference from the past to where I didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't even want to react. I just wanted to not feel it, not think about it, not deal with it. And my favorite way was drugs and alcohol, specifically alcohol. And the thing about that is that negative coping skill is that, I mean, the first and foremost, it's negative. I mean, it's just not good. It's not good for us. We weren't meant to be like that. And the second thing is, even if I thought that it did, it probably only worked for maybe a limited amount of time. I mean, I can't even put it into hours or minutes, because it really didn't. It just made things worse. It made me feel worse. And then alcoholism it's such a paradox that it's just so conflicting that, things like I wanted to feel better, so I drank, and when I drank, I felt worse. I wanted to be more likable, and so I drank, and when I drank, I became an asshole. And things like that. It's just the lies that are there, that are associated with it. The things that I told myself was just so backwards. I can't, I had to clear my head up to really see that. But now, I do have to say that life still happens. Life, things have my ups and downs, but I'm able to deal with it a lot better. And I don't think I'll ever be exactly where I want, where I wish I could be. But at the same time, I'm not where I was. And I'm making progress, and I'm making steps. I'm taking those steps. And yes, I slip and I stumble. And, once the enemy gets his hooks in you, he doesn't want to let you go. And I battle with that all the time. But there was times too when I wanted to revert back to my old ways and be mean and rude and, combative to other, to people that I thought that, had wronged me in one way or another. And it doesn't even have to be anything huge. But instead, like Josiah says, I bit my tongue. I had to bite my tongue and just not say anything. And that's the best course for me sometimes, is just to shut up. So I'm learning. I'm learning every day. Every day I learn something new, and it's an amazing feeling. But I can really relate to that. The water taking your, because it's constantly moving. They say you never see the same river twice. So I kind of liken that to this. I don't have to think about the water that's already out to sea right now. I can look forward to the fresh water coming down the stream. And with that, I guess I'll stop rambling, because I had a point, but I forgot what it was. Sometimes that happens. Anyway, thanks for listening, and that's all I got.
Ahoo. Appreciate you sharing your reflection, JC. And still Josiah, still addict. And I was, as JC was talking, I was like, my main solution, like when I was in my addiction, especially at summer of 2015, I was to drink. Had a bad day, go drink. I had a good day, I'm gonna go drink. I woke up, I opened my eyes, I'm gonna drink. Baby mamas are being mean to me, I'm gonna go drink, and it never worked out. Never worked out. Not once did alcohol make things better. Not once. I've never heard one story where drugs made anything better or alcohol made anything better when they decide to use. So to me, that I finally had to get out of that insanity. I was tired of that insanity of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different outcome. I was tired of it. And that, to me, that defines that term. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Insanity was just like old. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, you know? So today, you know, I look to respond. I look to respond. I'm looking for new solutions, and I'm more than willing to try different things, step outside of my comfort zone. The first time I went and sat in Mother Nature and took my socks and shoes off, I felt awkward, but you know, I was willing. I was like, I don't know what else to do. I sought help. I talked to other people, but I wasn't getting anything. So, you know, I turned to prayer and I just sat still and I let my feet feel Mother Earth. And the answer came to me. And that time I was dealing resentments popped up that I thought I forgave people for. So I had to forgive individuals again and really let them go. Let that hurt, let that pain, and let it go. Give it to Igbadadin and say, these are yours. Now, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to deal with this hurt. I don't want to deal with this pain anymore. And I give it to you. And I forgive these individuals and I named them. And that was the answer that came to me. And since then, there's been a lot more peace, you know, in my life, up here. Been a lot more peace up there in my brain. Knowing that I've forgiven these people and I can just move on. And so I hope you guys are out there and you can find some new solutions. And if it means stepping outside of your comfort zone, stepping outside the box, then do it. You know, then go for it. You know, you never know. You might find a whole new path. You know, something greater. So definitely look for new solutions. Find new solutions. With that, I'll quit rambling as well. Oh, go ahead, JC.
I just had a thought though. I mean, when you first started, I just wanted to say that there is nothing in this life, no event, no circumstance, no problem. There's nothing in this world that you can face that is so bad that drugs and alcohol can't make it worse. So, and when you take that out of the equation, life still happens, like I said. And there's a lot of things I don't like. There's just some things I just do not like, but I can deal with it. I deal with it in a healthy way. And the thing with that is when I have those positive coping skills and I learn to employ them, I'm not making it worse. I'm actually making things better. So that for me is a huge bonus because, you know, the one thing that really got me was the fact that I was hurting myself and my family, my community, and my people, and I don't want to do that anymore. That's what hurt me the most, or you know, gave me the most shame and grief, and what made me feel bad. So anyway, yeah, as you were, sir.
No, that's all good, man. I appreciate that. You know, I thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to share this video. You know, share the link. It's public, so this is for the people. You know, hopefully you're able to take something away from this. And with that, we'll close with the silent proclamation. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. To walk the red road is to offer up a silent proclamation.
Here the destruction stops. We will heal ourselves. We will heal our wounded relationships.
We will heal our children. We will heal our nation. On this day, our future history begins. Aho.
Aho.
Shouldn't it?
Alrighty.